Whispers in the hallowed halls. The mansion stood like a shadow against the moonlit sky, its imposing structure veiled in a cloak of ivy and neglect. Rumors of its haunted history had circulated through the town for decades. Tales of ethereal apparitions and an unspeakable secret that lay hidden within its hallowed halls. Driven by an insatiable curiosity, I ventured into the depths of the mansion, unaware of the sinister forces that awaited. The moment I crossed the threshold, an oppressive stillness settled over the grand foyer. The air seemed to thicken with an unseen presence, and the grand chandelier overhead swayed with an otherworldly pendulum. The grand staircase, adorned with faded red carpeting, beckoned me upward, each step groaning beneath the weight of time. As I ascended the creaking stairs, a distant sound echoed through the mansion, a soft, mournful melody that seemed to emanate from the very walls. The spectral notes guided me through the labyrinthine corridors, drawing me deeper into the heart of the haunted mansion. The whispers of the past seemed to converge, creating an otherworldly symphony that resonated through the hallowed halls. The mansion's rooms, draped in dust-laden curtains and adorned with antique furniture draped in white sheets, felt frozen in time. A chill gripped the air as I explored, my footsteps echoing through the empty chambers. The spectral melody, now more pronounced, seemed to emanate from a room at the end of a dimly lit corridor. As I approached the room, the whispers intensified, a spectral chorus that told tales of a forbidden love, a tragic demise, and the malevolent force that bound the mansion to the supernatural. The door, seemingly untouched by time, swung open with a spectral creak, revealing a room draped in faded memories. In the center of the room, an ancient piano stood as a relic of a bygone era. The spectral melody, played by unseen hands, wafted through the air, creating an ethereal atmosphere that seemed to transcend the boundaries of the living. A ghostly figure materialized at the piano, a woman in a flowing gown, her eyes hollow but filled with an unspoken sorrow. Compelled by an unseen force, I approached the piano. The ghostly pianist, oblivious to my presence, continued the haunting melody. The room seemed to shift, and the walls pulsed with an otherworldly energy. The spectral chorus, now anguished and desperate, conveyed a tale of betrayal, heartbreak, and the sinister secret that bound the mansion to the supernatural realm. As the melody reached its crescendo, the ghostly pianist's hands froze, and the room plunged into an unsettling silence. The ghostly figure turned to face me, his eyes locking with mine. In that moment, the mansion's tragic history unfolded before my eyes. The woman, it seemed, was the mistress of the mansion's original owner. Their forbidden love had sparked a series of events that culminated in betrayal and tragedy. The spectral chorus revealed the sinister secret: the mansion itself had become a vessel for the tormented souls of the betrayed, a purgatorial realm where the echoes of their anguish reverberated through the hallowed halls. Driven by an unspoken compulsion, I delved deeper into the mansion's mysteries. Hidden passages and secret chambers revealed themselves, each unveiling a fragment of the sinister secret that had ensnared the mansion and its spectral inhabitants. The spectral chorus, now a lament for the lost, guided me through the labyrinthine depths. In the mansion's bowels, a chamber revealed itself, a room adorned with portraits of the mansion's original owner and his ill-fated mistress. The spectral figures in the paintings seemed to come alive, their hollow eyes bearing into mine. The anguished whispers intensified, and the walls pulsed with an unseen energy. As the spectral chorus reached a fevered pitch, a hidden door swung open, revealing a staircase that descended into darkness. Compelled by an unseen force, I ventured into the subterranean depths, guided by the ethereal melody and the whispers of the betrayed. In the heart of the mansion's underbelly, a chamber materialized, an ancient crypt that housed the remains of the mansion's tragic figures. The spectral chorus became a deafening wail, and the room seemed to throb with an otherworldly resonance. The ghostly figures, their forms translucent in the dim light, gathered in silent lament. In a climactic moment, the ghostly pianist descended the staircase, his eyes fixated on the crypt. The room trembled with spectral energy as she reached out to the ethereal figures. The anguished whispers revealed the key to breaking the mansion's malevolent curse, a ritual of redemption that required me to play the haunted melody on the ancient piano. As I approached the piano in the crypt, the ghostly pianist stood beside me, his eyes conveying a sense of desperate hope. The spectral chorus, now a unified plea for release, guided my hands over the keys. The haunted melody filled the chamber, intertwining with the anguished whispers that reverberated through the hallowed halls. With each note, the spectral figures in the crypt seemed to shimmer and fade. The mansion itself pulsed with an unseen force as the melody unraveled the malevolent energy that bound the betrayed souls to the supernatural realm. In a climactic crescendo, the spectral chorus reached its zenith, and the mansion's hallowed halls seemed to exhale a collective sigh. As the final notes echoed through the crypt, the ghostly figures dissipated into the darkness, their anguished whispers silenced by the ethereal melody. The mansion, once cloaked in a shroud of supernatural despair, stood silent. The spectral pianist, his eyes now filled with gratitude, faded into the shadows. I emerged from the crypt, the haunted melody lingering in the air. The mansion, no longer bound by the sinister secret that had ensnared its spectral inhabitants, seemed to sigh in relief. As I stepped out into the moonlit night, the once haunted hallowed halls stood as a testament to the redemption of the mansion's tragic history, a place where the echoes of betrayal and heartbreak had given way to a spectral serenade of release. Whispers in the shadows. The mansion loomed against the night sky, like a malevolent fortress, its dark silhouette etched against the pale glow of the moon. It was known by the locals as the forsaken manor, a place shrouded in the sinister secrets of generations long past. Fueled by equal parts trepidation and morbid curiosity, I dared to enter its ominous halls, unaware of the malevolent force that lurked within. As I crossed the threshold, the air inside the forsaken manor grew dense with a chilling stillness. The dim light from my flickering flashlight cast elongated shadows that seemed to dance with a life of their own. The creaking floorboards beneath my feet echoed through the desolation, a haunting symphony that resonated with the spectral history of the mansion. The walls, adorned with tattered wallpaper that seemed to weep in decay, whispered of the mansion's bygone splendor. The portraits of long-forgotten occupants stared down with hollow eyes, their ghostly presence lingering like phantoms frozen in time. The air seemed to buzz with an otherworldly energy, as if the very walls held the memories of a dark and twisted past. In the grand foyer, a foreboding staircase ascended into the shadows above, drawn by an unseen force. I climbed the creaking steps, each one protesting with a reluctant groan. The upper floor, draped in cobwebs and draped in shadows, harbored the mansion's most sinister secrets. The door to the master bedroom, standing ajar as if beckoning me forth, revealed a room frozen in time. The furnishings, draped in dusty sheets, bore witness to a past abruptly halted. As my flashlight swept the room, the spectral form of a woman materialized, an ethereal figure with eyes that gleamed like orbs of trapped starlight. The apparition spoke in a haunting whisper, recounting the tale of forbidden love and tragic betrayal that stained the very fabric of the forsaken manor. The woman, once the lady of the mansion, had fallen prey to the deceitful hands of a treacherous lover. In a fit of despair and rage, she had taken her own life. forever binding her tormented spirit to the mansion's dark embrace. The haunting tale unfolded in spectral visions, the lovers torn apart by a web of lies, the lady's anguished wails reverberating through the mansion's echoing halls. The air grew heavy with the oppressive weight of the mansion's tragic past, and the woman's apparition seemed to relive the agony of her final moments. Driven by an otherworldly compulsion, I descended into the mansion's forgotten depths, a dimly lit cellar that seemed to stretch into an abyss. The air became stifling, and the whispers of the tortured spirits grew more pronounced. The spectral forms of servants and children materialized, their eyes hollow and their faces etched with an eternal sorrow. In the heart of the cellar, an ancient mirror stood as a portal to the afterlife. As I gazed into its murky depths, the room seemed to warp into a nightmarish dreamscape. The tormented spirits crowded around, their spectral fingers reaching out as if seeking release from the eternal purgatory of the forsaken manor. The mirror, a gateway to the afterlife, reflected the haunted mansion's sinister secret, a realm where time stood still, and the tormented spirits were forever bound to the shadows. The lady of the mansion, trapped in the spectral reflection, pleaded for release from the eternal torment that gripped her soul. Desperation seized me, as the malevolent force of the forsaken manor sought to entrap me in its grasp. The spectral figures closed in, their eyes gleaming with an otherworldly intensity. The air quivered with an unseen force, and the whispers of the tortured spirits reached a deafening crescendo. In a moment of terror, I uttered words of empathy and understanding, a plea for the spirits to find peace and release from the mansion's malevolent hold. The mirror seemed to ripple with an otherworldly energy, and the tormented spirits faded into the shadows. As I emerged from the forsaken manor, the air outside seemed to sigh with an eerie tranquility. The moon cast a pale glow on the mansion's decaying facade, and the echoes of the tortured spirits faded into the night. The forsaken manor, once a fortress of malevolence, stood silent and still, its spectral inhabitants finding solace in the afterlife. The sinister secret of the haunted mansion, uncovered in the spectral reflections of an ancient mirror, revealed a realm where time stood still, a purgatory for tormented spirits, forever bound to the shadows. The moonlit night, now devoid of the mansion's haunting whispers, held a sense of surreal calmness, as if the forsaken manor itself sighed with relief at the release of its spectral inhabitants.